Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Dr. T with Coach Ed, and I have 6 scholarships that I would like to give you with hopes of this information going. Somebody just I look over at my numbers as far as the number of views of each video, and for some reason, it could be me, it could be the delivery, it could be a lot of things. But I'm not going to give up on this. I'm going to keep doing these videos because there may be one person that could use one of these scholarships, and that would make me very, very happy. I just got off the phone with a young man, and he's a. And I'm going to do. We talked about. I told him about my YouTube channel. And I want to feature him. He has a story to tell, and as he was sharing with me his grades. He's a senior. As he was sharing with me his grades, and he had a goal. He wanted to make a 3.0 this semester, and he did. He made a 3.2 this semester. So we celebrated that. But the most important part was the young man has a story, and for all intents and purposes, um, some people would have like let him go, but uh, there were a lot of people, and we have had many conversations. There were a lot of other people, financial aid staff, scholarship staff that uh, found money for him. That and he didn't really go after this money. They called him saying we have this scholarship for you. He had 2 calls today. One came from a financial aid staff person, and the other one came from Trio. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Trio, and in fact, I'm going to do a story on Trio, just give you an idea and their scholarship potentials. So, so this young man was very happy, and we just just celebrated how blessed he was to do so well in the classroom after all he's been through, but have people go after him for his success in a way of celebrating with actual money through scholarship. So that was a good call. I really enjoyed speaking to him because when I first met him, he was a freshman, real quiet guy. And the building I would go into where the early college students were, he was always there, and sometimes we would meet and just say hello in the cafeteria, but real nice guy. And then I missed him for a while, but we reconnected and he's doing very, very well. So uh, scholarships out there, and you got to position yourself either through talking to the right people or having the right GPA or whatever you need to be eligible for these scholarships. I have 6, but I have one that I am going to feature. The reason I'm going to feature this scholarship because I know this young man. I don't know his wife. At least I don't think I do. Uh, but I met him at the university. This young man, I think he played football. I know he was in a fraternity, but I just remember whenever Bruce would walk into my office, you just had this feeling of he's all about business. Nice guy, but I'm here to take care of business, and that's what he presented. Bruce now he graduated from the university, went on off to law school, hired at a law firm, did very very well. Now he's the mayor of Eatonville, Florida, and he and his wife, the Bruce and Winnie Mount Youth Scholarship Program, is one that I think we talked last week, and I told him I wanted to feature his and his wife's youth scholarship, on my YouTube channel, and he said it will be fine. So just to give you an overview, the Bruce and Winnie Mount Youth Scholarship Program celebrates the legacy of 2 of Eatonville's devoted public servants, and that's Mayor Bruce W. Mount and his wife, Winnie Mount. Both lifelong champions of youth education and service. Through this annual scholarship program, the Historic Town of Eatonville continues to commit to nurturing youth leaders and advancing access to higher education. This scholarship is awarded to deserving high school seniors and recent graduates who reside in the town of Eatonville, and are pursuing a post-secondary education at an accredited college, university, or trade institution. And again, I will post this so you can read for yourself. Uh, Now, what makes you eligible? You must be a high school senior or a recent high school graduate within 2 years, currently enrolled or accepted into a college or trade school. You must be a resident of the historic town of Eatonville. You must have a GPA of a 2.5. Show proof of acceptance or enrollment at a college, university, or trade school. And the last couple of requirements: demonstrate an active community involvement or volunteer service. And you can download the scholarship package, and that should be in the uh, you should just put it in the address bar, the name of the scholarship. You should be able to find that there. Or if you must live in the town of Eatonville. You can go to the town hall to get information on scholarships as well. So I wanted to feature this particular one, because I know this young man. I know he was in college, working on his bachelor's degree. We knew he was in law school, and we found out he had graduated from law school. And the biggest surprise was, I don't know if I knew this or not, that he was the mayor of this city. But it gives one great pride and pleasure to know someone who has gone through the ranks, and now they are reaching high levels of involvement in the community as mayor. But the part I really like is this whole scholarship is based on active community involvement or volunteer service. That simply means you got to put the phone down. This thing means you got to get off the video games, and you go out into the community and help someone else other than yourself. So thank you, Bruce and Winnie Mount. I really appreciate this, and let me know how it goes, and I will let my audience know as well. Okay, I have 5 that I need to share with you. First one is all about education scholarship. The amount is $3,000, and all these that I'm giving you today have a deadline of April 30th. Amount $3,000, and the eligibility is U.S. citizens 14 of age or older. Now, why is that 14-year? You got 14-year-olds. You have 14-year-olds going to college now. I think Martin Luther King was 14 when he went to college. That's very good. That most of them start at 17 to 18, but it's also available to a 14-year-old. Okay, Red Hops College and University Scholarship Program, a $1,000 amount. You know the deadline. High school seniors and current undergraduate students. And I'm seeing a lot of that. Not just graduating high school students are eligible, but students who are currently in college. Hey, they need money too. They need money as well. All right. The Sarah Scholarship, a $2,500 scholarship, October 30th is the deadline. This one is for female college-bound high school seniors with involvement in golf with a minimum of a 3.3 GPA. Okay. Sarah Scholarship, very good. The Joan Myers Brown Equity Scholarship, this varies. And when it says the amount, that means it could be $500 on up till paying full tuition. You know the deadline, and the only requirement is, now this is interesting. I don't know if it's a typo or not. College-bound dancers age 7 to 22. I don't know. We can look it up and find out. And the last one, the Bright Spout Crossword Scholarship, $1,000. April 30th is the deadline. Students enrolled in an undergraduate program for fall 2025. It's just that simple. If you're a student who is enrolled in an undergraduate program for this coming fall, you are eligible for this scholarship. All right, guys, that's all I have. As I promised you, I will post this in the description bar on my page so you can see for yourself. But I will always, and in closing, I want to do all I can to help as many people as I can for as long as I can, and I mean it. Pass this along. If this is not anything that resonates with you right now, you may have a coworker, you may have a family member, you may have a neighbor, you may have um, a church member, anybody that may be gearing up for that wonderful day when you drop your cherished cherub off at a somewhat of a foreign land. We all hear stories what happens on college campuses, but you've raised them right. You've been a great mother or father to these young children, future students on the college campus, and I'm quite sure they will do the very, very best they can. All right, guys, this is Dr. T, Coach Ed. I will be back tomorrow with more scholarships, and I'm finding more on the professional athlete side, which is very, very good. I know I found a lot from the NFL, and I will share those with you. All right, have a good evening.